find a better quality of life, better coping mechanisms. Bucket list? I don't know, I want to ride in a stretch Hummer.
What?
Stretch Hummer?
Okay. That's doable.
I ain't did it, so.
Jeremy. All right, Keith. Sorry.
Okay. I'm here to work on maintaining sober. I would like to ride a motorcycle on the racetrack.
I'm Rochelle.
Sorry, on a dirt track or a track? Like a pavement?
A racetrack.
Okay. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm Rochelle. I'm here to better my life, also change my life. And something on my bucket list to do would be go to Hawaii.
My name's Justin. I'm here because this is what I do on Thursdays. And in bucket list, I want to go deep sea fishing, catch some big sailfish, tuna, something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm Snoopy, and I'm here because I choose to be here. And for my bucket list, I would like to get my life together.
You're doing that.
Yes.
I'm Jessie. I'm here. So I want to be. And for my bucket list, I would like to go to a ballet or an opera.
Very doable.
I'm Jacob. I'm here because I like being here. And something I would like to do would probably be Hawaii. I was thinking that one already, so that would be pretty cool.
I'm Mark. I'm here because this is what I do on Thursdays, part of my routine of balance. I too definitely want to jump out of an airplane. I'm going to try to get that done in the next month or so. But I definitely want to see the ocean, man. I'm with Justin. I want to do some deep sea fishing. Maybe take a trip down to the Keys, you know. That's where I'm at.
My name is Lamont. I was just talking about this a couple days ago, bucket list. Well, first of all, I'm here. I love the energy, peers, lifestyle that comes with it. I love it. My bucket list, hopefully it gets done before the summer ends, just go kayaking.
In a calm, soothing river or like whitewater rafting?
I'm not sure. I didn't know they had whitewater rafting. Something I can survive.
I'm Aaliyah. I like being here to explore. I want to I don't know how to say it, but here for my mom to help her out. So like, yeah.
Support. Okay.
Yeah, and bucket list was to be in band.
Okay.
Marching band.
Marching band, big band, jazz band.
She was in band at Springfield.
Marching band or concert band.
Okay.
Angel, and I'm here because I like being here. It's been a while since I came, but we've been with COVID and all this other crap, so we're back out of quarantine. So I didn't have it, my dad and my son had it. But my bucket list is to own my own property and all that, and get on my feet and own my own shit. Stop. Very much want my own.
Very good goal. X-Man. are you? Why are you here? And what's on one thing on your bucket list you want to do before you die?
My name is Xavier. I'm here because I want a better life. And my bucket list, you said one thing? Jump out of airplane.
Okay. We can get your whole group together. I got. Why don't we go back here to Adam?
I'm Adam. This is my favorite meeting. I think a bucket list, fly like an F-15. That would be cool.
Sweet.
I'm Daniel. I'm here because I consider each and every one of you family. You're my brothers and sisters, and I enjoy your guys' company. Bucket list. First off, I want to get into Bab's plane or jet, and I want Brandon to fly me to Scotland so I could play the old course, St. Andrews golf course.
That's golf.
That is.
Okay.
Just check. All right.
I'm Bailey. I'm here for support, and on my bucket list, I want to move to Colorado.
Move to Colorado?
Yep. See ya.
Like leave us?
I'll take you guys with us.
I'm Mikey. I'm here to support my dad and Amanda. Bucket list? Probably say go to like a big concert. I've never been to a concert.
Oh.
What? Are you surprised?
I mean, there's many concert tickets get given away around here.
It's ridiculous.
I know, right? Dude, I'd be just playing.
All right. Park.
Stick around. I know a guy. Amanda.
I'm Amanda. I'm here because I get to be in a bucket list. I'd like to visit some old things in Europe, like castles or cities or conventions. Old stuff.
That'd be awesome.
My name is Felix. I'm here to heal. And what I would like to do before I die is create an unconventional approach to combating substance abuse.
Okay. We do a little bit of that here.
I'm learning.
Yeah. Good stuff.
My name's Ashley. I'm here because I want to be here. And, I'm trying to stay sober. And my bucket list the same. I went to see the ocean a couple months ago, but I didn't get to go scuba diving. I want to go scuba diving with the sharks too. I promise I want to see a shark for real.
Very brave.
I do, but I wouldn't go. I want to go in the cage. I don't want to just jump in with them. No. Right.
I'm Dan. I come here every Thursday when I can just to give thanks to Racing for Recovery. It definitely was part of the recipe to help me with the sober life that I have right now. I'm enjoying the sober life, and I'm not struggling at this moment, and I'm at peace for the first time in a long time. My bucket list, I bought a nice SRV Strat a year ago in one of my drunken stupors. I played professionally way back. So I want to get on stage and set in with some band and just scream on the guitar again. I've been trying to practice again, and that's my bucket list. One of these days I'm going to get on stage and I'm going to rip my guitar. I played years ago professionally, so that's a bucket list for me. Some dream.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
I'm Pat. I'm here to give support and to hear all the wonderful recovery stories. And my bucket list is to stay well and live longer. I'm 85 and it's not enough years.
I'm Esther. I'm Michael's mom, and I'm here to support my son. And on my bucket list, I'd like to go to Hawaii.
And I'm Michael's dad. My name's Dan. I'm here to support Michael, what he's done. I've pretty much done a lot of what y'all said, except for jump out of an airplane. I've flown one, never jumped out of one. kind of senseless, really. But my bucket list is to finish what I started a year ago.
Okay. You gonna inform us what that is, or you gonna guess? Okay.
You know what it is.
All right.
That's all that matters.
Okay. Behind you there. Right.
Here, focus. Robert, I like music.
Okay.
Touch everything, my phone, label. Cover with me, you know what I mean? Basically make it my way.
Cool. Thank you. And ma'am, you just walked in. What's your name? How can we help you? And what's on your bucket list?
My name is Fran. I'm here to support my daughter. And my bucket list is to go to all the NFL stadiums, see a game.
How many more you got left?
A lot.
My name's Ryan. I'm here because this is my routine, and my routine's important to me. Bucket list things. I don't know why, but I've been thinking about this recently. Is I want to ride a bull. Don't know why. Actually, I got a boat. Not that big.
Awesome. That's crazy. Never would have thought.
Me neither.
Did you just think that up?
No, I've been thinking about this for like 2 weeks now for some reason. I do not know why.
All right. All right.
My name's Tori. I come here every Thursday with my family, so I get to come here. I don't know about going in the sky or in the water, but I'm going to own a boat someday.
That goes in the water.
I'm not going to go in the water.
Okay,
I'm going to be on
okay.
top of the water.
All right.
In the boat, drive the boat.
Thanks.
Be on the boat that's in the water. Not in the water.
My name's Michael. I come here because this is my home away from home, and I love seeing all you people here. Just warms my heart to have the opportunity to sit up here. My bucket list, it's a long one, but one of the things I think would be most meaningful to me would be to go to a third world country to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. I think that would be very rewarding to me. Anybody have anything they want to discuss tonight? Anything pressing? Like going through something that they want to discuss and support with? Brandon.
Well, I just got off the phone with my dad yesterday, and my aunt, his sister, has struggled with alcohol for a lot of her life, and she's been able to hold a job while doing so, but it just keeps getting worse, and she had to go to the hospital the past couple days, get a bunch of fluid taken out of her legs, and it's due to her drinking. The doctor said that if she doesn't stop drinking, she could die in the next 60 days. So it's pretty severe, but she has a hard time with asking for help. So you guys can just think about her a little bit.
That's your sister?
My aunt's my dad's sister.
Okay. Yeah. So your aunt.
Yeah.
Does she know you're in treatment?
She does.
What's she think about it?
I mean, this is my third treatment, and she knows that I've been a few times. I'm not really close with her, but I know she's been getting worse and worse the past few years, and I think she's just too proud or something. I don't know what it is, honestly, but my dad talked to her and just can't get through to her. One of those people that just thinks they can stop by themselves, you know. But
yeah, that's sad. Only thing I can recommend, and I'm not here to give advice, but just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And show hope in that way. Sometimes it takes somebody else to be like, hey, you know, this worked for me.
Yeah, I thought about calling her, but I didn't know if it was the right time because she just got out of the hospital. But
We'll definitely keep your aunt in our thoughts and prayers, man. Anybody else? Okay, I have a topic. I actually mentioned this last week, so this is kind of a continued topic. At the end of the meeting, I mentioned to you guys after discussing mindfulness. I have 3 things here. What in your life needs to change to sustain sobriety, and what in your life cannot change to sustain sobriety. Also, if those 2 didn't work for you, think about this one. Are you focused on things in your control or outside of your control today? Frank.
Mine would be things outside my control, because I'm getting ready to get a promotion and stuff, and it's just waiting for the answer, the anticipation and everything like that. Like, I want to know now. And it's like, that patience ain't there or nothing, you know. It's like, did she call today? No, she hasn't called today. Just anticipation and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely outside your control because you can't make the phone ring.
I can't make a choice.
Right.
I feel like to sustain my sobriety, I just feel like if I'm a man happy, I feel like if I lose housing or shelter or something, I feel like I could fall back.
You know, I actually chose to stay outside of housing or shelter to stay high, right? So I think when it comes down to it, we have to make the right choices, not only to maintain that shelter, but to maintain our sobriety too, right? Jake.
I'd say like my awareness, just I think in my like everyday going about is I drive semi for a living, so like today my route took me literally right next to my old dope man's house, and I'd be lying to you if the thought didn't pop in my head that, oh hey, I wonder what these guys are up to, feel good to go get 20 again. And I had this conversation in my head of reminding myself of all the death and destruction that I brought upon myself and I lived in that I'm now free of, and I no longer have to because I got that choice back. So it's like an internal awareness of where I'm at and the perspective of where I want to go in my life. And then I'd probably say also gratitude. Like gratitude for me personally is it's just huge in my life, because something that's always been real bad with me is me dealing with life on life's terms, because all the time I spent away from society and I just don't really know how to deal with life on life's terms, and I've always been like a negative naysayer, and it's like doom and gloom clouds always been over me. And it's just been here real recently within the last month or two that I've really learned that there really is 2 sides to every story. There's 2 sides to every perspective, or you know what I mean? It's all things in my life, as I've noticed, have always worked out in some way, shape, or form. At the end of it, I can give thanks to. You know what I mean? Like somehow at the very end of it all, it's brought me strength, or it's brought me hope, or it's brought me courage, or you know what I mean? Somehow it was worked to the betterment of my life. that, you know. That's all.
So I really like that, being able to appreciate even the hardships because they brought you to who you are and why you're here. And I think when we come to that point, it's a crucial point of our sobriety. Is like being able to accept that, okay, these things happen, and some things still might happen even in our sobriety, but it's only going to make me stronger. It's only going to make me better. There's going to be good that comes out of it. Excellent stuff, man. Proud of you, man. You're doing real good. Dan.
I'm glad you brought this up. It's a wonderful topic on mindfulness. And I did some reading earlier today, and I took a few notes on what I read. One of the biggest things is I have to be mindful of my speech that I use today. Wise speech is of a nature where it does no harm to myself or someone else. That's wise speech. So I have to consistently be mindful of that. Just recently, I caught myself in a pretty bad situation, and it's the lying portion of it, the omitting things. I don't gossip, but that's very harmful. Minimizing things. I had to be mindful not to do that because it not only harms myself, but it could harm somebody else too in the process. I've told white lies in the past before, and that's, to me, was to cover up something that's embarrassing, cover up something that I carried shame for. The good thing about that today is I no longer have to do that. I know Michael knows this well, but there's a verse in the Bible that says the truth will set you free. And I have that written on my whiteboard at home. And I look at it every morning when I wake up. Because by reverting back to the way I used to live, lying, deceiving, it has set me back mentally and emotionally. And I'm working hard each day to get through that horrible thing that I have done. Because it not only doing that, it attacks me morally, it attacks me emotionally, and that is not the person that I've worked 2.5 years to become. And it's a reality check. So I know on mindfulness, that's one of the things that I'm very, very, very vigilant on. Very, very. And just utilizing it to the best of my ability. So I'm starting to ramble, but
and I know you, so I can say this. You've been studying the book of James a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Thought so.
We're coming up.
Excellent. You got this stand. There's 3 of you right in a row here, so this stand.
I go with what I'm doing to maintain sobriety. For me, it's always been people to be accountable to. I'm making sure I keep all those people close to me. I don't isolate myself from them. That's the family. That helps me maintain my sobriety. People that are working with for me, my family, I keep them close. And I never forget the horrors. I never forget that I'm one drink from the devil and possibly death. So I never forget that. For me, that's for me. I know that I'm one drink from the devil. It could be over for me. So I never forget that, and I keep and I keep it real, and then I also maintain my boundaries. I'm an extremist, so I don't go too fast. I just keep it slow, keep it real, and that's working for me. So that's what I'm doing personally.
Great, man. Good to see you, Dan.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yep, good to be here.
Tony.
Hey, I'm Tony. While I'm here, man, I'm trying to keep the focus on me. You know what I mean? I gotta learn how to love myself again. I gotta be honest. I can't stop thinking about everything else. You know, I think like kids at home. Not really sure how to do that.
I think there's some people around here that can help you. This isn't your first time here, is it?
No, I was here 2 years ago.
Okay. So I was gonna wait until tomorrow morning to ask you this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and ask you twice. What are you gonna do different?
That's what I'm here to find out.
Huh?
That's what I'm here to find out.
Okay. Fair answer. Fair answer.
So what needs to change in order to sustain sobriety? I would say how particular I am. I feel like I spend a lot of time on every individual task that I have in hand because I care. But in doing that, I'm not able to focus on other things that I'm juggling. So a lot of things, they fall behind. They always resurface, I always remember, but it's normally like somebody else speaking to me, and it's like, oh yeah, now I remember that needs to happen too. Balance. I need to practice balance. I'll go to the next question. What cannot change? I'd say my connection to this community. My willingness to look at some of the things within me, so some self-discovery that can't change. I'd just say vulnerability, that's necessary for my sobriety. Mindfulness, just all that good stuff, all the good stuff that can't go, because if that goes, then I'm going to start to go. What am I focused on? Am I focused on things that are in my control or out of my control? Lately, I would say a lot of the things that are out of my control. And I realize that. So since I identify it, I'm able to work on it. I'd say I had a pretty good practice run after work. So I was driving home from here, and somebody sideswiped me. I was in a turning lane, which, to get over the turning lane was like way back here. It's a solid line from there. So this individual decides to try to get in my lane from the solid and didn't see me because I was in their blind spot. So I put my car in park and get out and see the damage, and I just see white paint skidded down my black car. So I make a phone call and I'm asking, what should I do? What am I supposed to do? Because I don't really know the right order, procedures, or what I'm supposed to do with that. I know it's something with insurance and IDs and phone numbers. So I decided, we probably should get out of the turning lane, so I had him follow me into the Taco Bell that was right on the corner. So then I get out, and in that time of sitting, waiting for the light to turn green, and pulling into Taco Bell and getting out and looking at it again. You know, they got out of their car. I was able to like rub it off, and it wasn't, there was no damage. There really wasn't like scratches. The paint was coming off, even though it was like this long, and I'm like, oh man, what am I gonna do? And I decided I'm gonna let it go. You know, I just offered some suggestions to them, like maybe, I told them, like, I've been in some car accidents at a young age. You know, they were pretty young. And I suggested, like, maybe looking over your shoulder because there is a blind spot and paying attention to the lines on the road. And I said, I'm pretty confident nothing's going to come of this. You know, have a good day and be easy on yourself. So that was out of my control, somebody getting in my lane, sideswiping me. But I decided to be graceful with it, not be hard on myself, because you know, I had to get home. There's things that I got to go home and do some things before coming here. And really, it wasn't that big of a deal. I could have made it a bigger deal. I could have gotten a new paint job. But I feel like sometimes some people just need a break. I was one of them too in that situation, and I was able to provide that with somebody else, and I'm sure it made them feel pretty good about what just happened. So I'm working on not paying attention to things that are not in my control. I can with what I have. Accommodating, maybe processing through some things, just letting stuff go.
That was an awesome example of not focusing on what was out of her control, rather focusing on what she could control, which was her behavior right then, right? And when that was the second time I got to hear that story, and I said, well, that's a lot better than jumping up and down on her hood and cussing her out, right? So, I mean, we have that choice, like, okay, I couldn't control this happened, but what happens next is in my control. And I think more of us, I know myself, I need to stop and think about, can I control what just happened? No, I can't. But I can control what's about to happen, right? And sometimes it's not that easy, but I think saying it out loud at times like this in meetings and IOPs and discussing these things helps us regulate those maybe not thought through emotions and feelings that might jump out there. So I have Babs on the list.
Yeah, Tori, you said, you know, that's phenomenal. And you said they were younger. What were they, like 10? Look at how young you are. I mean, all right. So, you know, in the long run, if you thought about what you did, you let them go, it could have been extended even further. They could have got home. Who knows what their parents were like or whatever. You know, and something you did there, I mean, beyond what you just did, I mean, that's really cool. That's really cool. You know, you mentioned change, or, you know, I use the word become. You know, since I got here, where I'm at today and what I've become, right now, I don't want to change a thing. I really don't. I mean, I want to keep working on what I've learned and, you know, sustaining everything I've learned here. It's simple. You just keep coming. You know, you can come here for as long as it's open, doing the same shit, same stuff, enjoying the same people, and, you know, there's not an ending date, you know. So if I move out of here into another, you know, it's always going to be around to communicate with, to get with, and, you know, I don't force anything today. I don't think beyond my capabilities anymore. So as opposed to having like expectations that are huge and big that I can set myself up for. Mine are just small because I've learned getting over the things and learning new things in the day where I'm at is far better than the goals that I achieved before I got here. And this is a learning process, you know, and it's just a good time. A lot of people in here that know what they're doing, pumped up, positive, you know, initiative, goals, and it's all reachable. We just, you know, I try, all these groups that we have every day, I try and get to as many as possible. You know, I'm in the mental health group, and I sneak into some I probably not should be in, but whatever. You know, it's the learning curve. But yeah, I really wouldn't change much where I'm at today. My priority is making sure I continue. And you know, like Mike going to the church thing with you last night, that was phenomenal. I haven't seen my nephew in 2 years, and for some reason I was willed last night to go, and I saw him, and he was there. So that was amazing. So new things, new life, you know, living in general has picked up to where it's not a 25% box that I live in. I'm seeing everything each day, more and more. Opportunity, meeting people, you know, just learning communication here. It's done beyond words, what I can tell you. Make sense of that? Communication beyond words? Yeah. So.
Good stuff. Right.
Well, for me, what in my life needs to change to sustain sobriety? Probably the codependent mindset. I need freedom, independent freedom, emotionally, and for everything, right? I just need to be independent in my life, with no traits of codependency, because that's had a lot of, it's caused me a lot of suffering in my life when it comes to addiction, for sure. I think what in my life cannot change by far is my faith. I definitely had a couple weeks of on the fence with some things, and I clearly seen what it did and what it could not do for me, and I need my faith more than anything to keep my sobriety. For me, that's for me. Also, I also think that what cannot change is finding joy in sobriety as well, right? Like, I think that's big. I can only speak for myself, but for the longest time, you know, I was never happy in addiction. Didn't even know really how to be happy other than getting high. And now I'm finding new ways. It's tough, but I'm finding new ways to bring joy back into my life, right? And I can't lose that, because that's important. Because who wants to go through sobriety not having fun or not enjoying life, right? Like, that's such a tough idea. I need to keep that in mind, to always, you know, find enjoyment in life with the little things.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, we got a few minutes yet. I haven't heard anybody say this, so I was kind of looking for this. I know for me, the one thing in my life that cannot change for me to stay sober is the having the power of choice. Like the second that I become that victim that I once was, or it's not my fault. It's somebody else's fault that I use or drink, and I give that choice up. I probably choose to have that just one. And I mean, it really comes down to that. Like, I can have that just one, or I can choose not to, because I know where that choice of just one is going to lead me to. And I could sit and say, oh man, I'll be okay, just like I did all the other times that I was just going to be having one. It's going to be okay. I mean, it's that simple. When I came here, they said, you never have to drink or use drugs ever again. And I said, huh? It's that simple. So I just don't do it. And I have that power of choosing not to do that, not to pick back up, not to put myself in environments where that could even be a potential. I mean, I feel like at this point in my life, I'm so far away from any kind of situation that could lead to a bad choice that, I mean, and the longer I stay sober, the farther I get away from that. Todd always used to talk about proverbial. I think that's the word he used. A big word, but it's a fence, right? Like a border, right? The farther you get away from that fence, the less likely you're going to go to the other side of it. But if you're hanging on the fence, it's not too hard to just reach over and join the other side. So Todd always talked about getting as far away from that fence as we possibly can. And that's like, man, I'm on a journey to the other side of the planet. Because if it's got anything to do with that other side of the fence, I am not doing it. I got Mark on the list. Where you at, Mark? There you are.
Okay. Ryan, I really like what you said, man. I mean, I like everything I heard, but I feel that that's definitely super important. Joy. I mean, because myself, if I'm miserable, then yeah, it's probably gonna be real easy for me to fall off. Why am I staying sober if I can't enjoy life? You know. But for me, I know a big one that I can't change is my open-mindedness, like keeping an open mind to like always knowing that there's room for growth no matter what. You know, the minute I close my mind and think I got this, I just feel like that's no good for me. Today, even when I feel like I really got it solid in whatever aspect or area, you know, whatever it may be, I always allow myself to feel like I can always learn more or look through another perspective, you know, on whatever situation it may be. Like, I feel like no matter what, I gotta keep that mindset of room for growth, always room for improvement. Like, I can always do better, be better, learn more. My awareness, that's another huge one. Staying aware of like what's good for me, what's bad for me. Like really being aware of like my feelings and emotions. you know, processing even the small things in my everyday life, you know, not being impulsive, processing every situation, just making sure that, you know, I'm making all the right choices. My positivity, you know, I have a can-do attitude. I feel like there ain't nothing I can't accomplish if I set my mind to it. So like that positive self-talk I do all the time, that's huge for me. I can't never lose that. You know? Just knowing that when shit gets tough, it's okay, you know? Just apply everything I've been learning, keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm gonna push through it, and I'm gonna be all right, you know what I mean? I just want to share a little something on that. That's where I stand.
Thanks, Mark. Proud of you, man. You've come a long way.
Thank you.
Doing a little while. Tori.
One thing that I've been struggling with it lately, and I'd say it's come up a lot, like back to back, is other people's perception of me. So, being sober over a year and building my credibility through actions, I'm understanding that people are out of my control too, and how they think. So I'd say some other things that definitely cannot change is like my self-worth, my self-respect, knowing who I am and my intentions and what I'm doing, and understanding that I'm not who I used to be. And not everybody has been around to see these things or to see these changes. Maybe glimpses, but they're still hurt too. I can't take that away from them, but they can't take me away from me either. So that's where I'm at in a lot of my relationships today. A lot of family members, friends. I've had to put up a lot of boundaries, and I'm working on more boundaries. And that's probably one of the hardest things, especially when it's somebody that you've known your whole life. So I just know that nobody can take me away from me if I'm confident in what I'm doing.
Excellent. Thank you. Jay?
I really liked what you said earlier about the whole fence line thing. This last weekend, me and my fiance and her kid were fishing. We was on like Wiregrass Lake, and there used to be a place I used to partake in a lot of negative things, you know. And me and her got to having this conversation about that and all the bad stuff I used to do out there. And she said something that was so simple yet profound to me. You know what I mean? Like, because I was sitting there telling her, I was like, man, that's all I kind of remember is dope over here, and you know what I mean, skipping work and hanging out here because I didn't want, you know, stupid stuff like that. And she says to me, she was like, yeah, but that was the old you, and now we're sitting here fishing, and now there's going to be a memory etched in your heart that's going to push you farther away from that. You know what I mean? Whenever you said that, it really resonated with me. And on the entire one thing that I can't lose, it'd also be my faith. Also, I remember like 2 months ago, I remember sitting in a dope house and crying out to God from my innermost being to take this desire, the compulsion, the craving to smoke dope out of me. just that one simple thing. Don't even take the drugs from me, just take that craving, you know what I mean, out of me. And I prayed that prayer for 10 months, you know what I mean? And it's now that I'm sober, I can see why he didn't. Because like in days like today, whenever I'm going by the old dope man's house and that thought pops in my head, it's now strengthened me inside to build that character, and it rises a hope up in my heart, you know what I mean? That pushes my ass farther away from that fence line that I was at 2 months ago, you know? That's all I got.
Thanks, man. It's good. It's good stuff. Felix, take us home.
I speak when I'm inspired to, and when I was out there doing what I do, it wasn't that much inspiration of humanity for me with my perception on what I was dealing with. When I made the conscious choice to come here, explore sobriety, long term for the rest of my life, it's because I chose to see the better part of myself and the hope of that. With that being said, that requires opening up. And that was a conscious choice I had to make before coming into the gates here to sign a contract. Today, Tori came to my table. And it was so authentic and real. And I opened up, it caught me by surprise. And I said, wow, I'm inspired. I don't get surprised pretty often. I thought about that all day. It's been on my mind. You only been here 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Not only.
For the position that she's in now as peer support. And you reached me. And that means a lot to me. Because a lot of times in my experiences in life I've seen, what you say can hurt you. We live in a society where what you say, things can be weaponized against you. But I know real when it's in front of me, in my experience. 100.
That's awesome. Stick around here. The bottom is 100. We're here to inspire and help. So that's awesome. Super proud of what she's doing, and she's came on board and just killing it. Just super proud of her enthusiasm, and she's just doing it like she's been doing it for years. Like you said, it's been just a couple weeks, but she's killing it. On that positive note, who's got our autobiography?
Angel.
Angel. I'm looking.
I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I almost lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. I walk down another street.
Thank
I should have put my glasses on.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good week.